Kare Mapendika and welcome to Africa Good Morning, the show that keeps you up to date with the latest news in Africa and beyond. Getting into what you can expect in today's broadcast, Algeria facing water stress creates innovative solutions for a sustainable future. Malawi, Mozambique strengthen ties and sign a crucial MoUs on trade and energy. Trust election devices, Malawi Electoral Commission states. I'm your host, Glenn Rashipura. We'll be right back with your top stories.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Getting into our top stories, Algeria is facing one of its greatest challenges, the supply of drinking water. To deal with this growing water stress, the government has introduced innovative solutions through ambitious projects aimed at securing access to drinking water for the Algerian population. To the west of Oran, the Cape Blanc seawater desalination mega plant represents a strategic investment. Oran is currently supplied by 3 plants, but this is still not enough to cover the needs of a population of 2.5 million inhabitants, not to mention the industrial sector. The Cape Blanc project, which is being built on a fast-track basis, will boost the drinking water supply to Oran and other Western Walias. Scheduled to be operational in December 2024, this infrastructure will be brought into service just 25 months after the work began. Mulad Hashlaf, Communications Director of the AEC, emphasizes the importance of this initiative. We anticipated the drought with an initial program that implemented 14 plants producing 2.2 million cubic centimeters per day, or 18% of the drinking water for citizens. By 2050, the Sahel, which includes Algeria, will lose 20% of its rainfall. Getting to our next story, Malawi and Mozambique signed a crucial memorandums of understanding aimed at improving the energy sector and boosting trade between the two countries. Speaking during the signing ceremony, which took place at the office of the President of Mozambique in Maputo, President Lazarus Chakwera said the signing of the trade agreement between Malawi and Mozambique is key in enhancing the economic relationship between Malawi and Mozambique. I'm optimistic that the opening of the Nacala port to transport fuel and petroleum products from Mozambique to Malawi will reduce transportation costs of petroleum products, and the energy agreement will also reduce blackouts, Chakwera said. President Chakwera also said, together with his counterpart, President Philip Nyusi, witnessing the signing ceremony of the MoUs on energy formalized by energy ministers of Malawi and Mozambique. Now, under the agreements, Malawi seeks to negotiate for a convenient border post, simplified trade regimes, equal treatment of transporters, and tightened security to reduce the crossing of borders using uncharted routes. Still in Malawi, the Malawi Electoral Commission has backed the newly acquired elections management devices, saying they are a better tool for ensuring credible voter registration ahead of next year's general elections. MEC Chairperson Judge Annabel Matlamenja said that the machines are designed to address the problem of multiple registration and other malpractices. She said this in Mzuzu City, where the electoral body demonstrated how the machines work. Those in attendance included development partners, civil society organization leaders, Northern Region journalists, among other stakeholders. She said as a way of promoting transparency and accountability, MEC would soon engage information communication technology experts from political parties to ensure that they have a detailed understanding of the devices. We're soon going to pilot voters registration. As such, we will all see the machines at work. Otherwise, this machine is well protected and will help fast-track the voters' registration process as data will be collected electronically, Matlamanja said. Swinging over to East Africa, expediting major narcotics cases could improve Kenyans' trust in the criminal justice system and help curb trafficking. Kenya's justice system is clogged with past, pending, and new drug trafficking court cases, effectively keeping offenders on the streets and citizens unsafe. Drug traffickers use loopholes in the criminal justice system to evade prosecution and sentencing, while the proceeds of crime are used to bribe corrupt officials or fund lengthy court battles. The case of user Ahmed Swala, aka Kendarini or Candy Rain, provides a good example. Heir to the vast Akasha drug empire, he was often released from custody after being found not guilty on drug-related charges. On the 17th of March, he was kidnapped and killed by unknown assailants while still embroiled in several drug trafficking and money laundering cases. The repeated arrest, failure to prosecute, and release of well-known suspects undermines trust in the justice system and costs the state time and resources. Nancy Indovera Kigunsu, a renowned drug lord popularly known as Mathe Wanangara, was arrested in August 2023 on charges of tracking cannabis worth $140,000 since being released on bail in December. Her case has still not been heard. Getting to our next story, the National Prosecuting Authority has withdrawn the case against the 95 Libyan nationals who were arrested earlier this month at a suspected military training camp in Mayusi, north of White River, Mopalanga. The matter has been handed over to the Home Affairs Department. There was a high police presence outside the White River Magistrates Court in Mopalanga where the Libyan nationals were appearing. The Libyan nationals were arrested at a suspected military training camp in Masoyi, north of White River, Mopalanga, more than a week ago. Now, the defense team made representations to the NPA and the Director of Public Prosecution. The defense lawyer, Nico Duplessis, says they want the matter against their clients withdrawn and deported back to their country. We made a representation to the state regarding all 95 clients of ours, and we were informed by the Director of Public Prosecutions to be at court today. We have not received anything, and we don't know what we will hear in court, what the answer is, and why we need to be in court. From our side, we feel there's no case against the accused, and they must go back to their country of origin. That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, Mike Suchula will be giving us the latest news in Zambia.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Bringing us the state of affairs in Zambia is our correspondent, Mike Suchula. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, and how are you doing today?
Mike, getting into your first story, Zambia has engaged a foreign firm to conduct a nationwide high-resolution aerial geophysical survey.
Yes, the program has been launched by President Hakainde Hichilema, who said that the high-resolution aerial geographical survey will utilize cutting-edge airborne technology to reveal hidden geological treasures that Zambia has. So the president said that the mapping exercise also enhances government's ability to realize the true value of mineral wealth. So he said, and I quote, "This initiative will pave way for targeted exploration of both mineral and water resources, reducing exploration costs and promoting investment. The project underscores commitment to unlock the untapped potential of the country's mineral resource as we work towards achieving our goal of 3 million tons of copper production by 2031, end of quote. So this exercise was last done 50 years ago, and with the information that was collected, authorities are saying it was not enough, hence the decision to have a new geographical survey conducted so that Zambia gets fresh data.
All right, now moving on, a Zimbabwean woman has been fined $5,000 for dealing in skin lightening creams.
So facts of the matter are that on 31st July 2024, inspectors from the Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, in collaboration with Zambia Police Service, following a tip from members of the public, arrested Sandra Mugwai, aged 38, of Sunningdale, Harare, Zimbabwe, after she was found along Great East Road near Waterfalls Mall in Lusaka, offloading boxes of Epidem and Betasol creams with intention to transport them to Zimbabwe without documentation. So both Epidem and Betasol creams are medicines, creams that are used for lightening skin. So according to Zambia, she did not have permission to have such products being loaded in Zambia, and hence she was fined 130,000 kwacha, which is equivalent to 5,000 United States dollars. But in Zambia, people have been commenting to say, why hasn't she been arrested? Because in Zambia, these creams are being sold freely. Why didn't the authorities in Zimbabwe should be the ones that they should have arrested unlike Zambia? So it has caused a lot of debate on social media, because they believe they did not expect her to be fined by the courts of law. But nevertheless, the authorities say she did not have permission to do what she was doing on Zambian soil.
Yeah, I would have thought she would have also gotten arrested. Well, do keep us posted if there's any further developments in that story. Moving on to your next story, on a rather sad note, the former First Lady Maureen Mwanawasa has died aged 61.
So the former First Lady died from cancer in Lusaka. She served as Zambia's former First Lady from 2002 to 2008. During her husband's, Levi Mwanawasa's presidency, she died at my medical authorities failed to contain, and she passed on. And so since her death, President Hakainde Hichilema, the Vice President, and other former First Lady Christine Kaseva have paid tribute to the late Mwanawasa, who was a trained legal practitioner, and she also managed the late husband's legal business that will now be handed over to his son, that is Howard. He will be handed over to the son in order to continue the legacy of late Mwanawasa.
Now, getting to the last of your top stories, the Food and Agriculture Organization has partnered with the government to distribute farming inputs to farmers hit by the drought.
So, as you know, Zambia is experiencing a drought because of the El Nino. So the Food and Agriculture Organization will next month distribute farming inputs such as seeds and fertilizer to smallholder farmers in various districts to enable them engage in winter production of agricultural produce. So FAO country representative Suzy Percy Philippine says the organization will support smallholder farmers that had their crops destroyed by the 2024-2023 drought. She added that the UNA agency will also empower smallholder farmers in West-affected districts with solar-powered irrigation equipment to boost their production. So this is something that the government has commanded the Food and Agriculture Organization for coming to support interventions that have been put by government to ensure that farmers, smallholder farmers who are hit by the drought, are given a boost to recover from what they lost during the past farming season.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike, for bringing us the latest news in Zambia.
Thank you very much. We had a power interruption. I hope our viewers will bear with us. Have a lovely weekend. Africa, good morning.
We definitely will have a lovely weekend indeed. Let's head over to the weather predictions before we return with economic news. Getting into our economic news, Nigeria's headline inflation rate dropped in July for the first time in over a year, easing to 33.40% annually from 34.19% in June, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Last month, some analysts suggested that inflation in Africa's populous country may have peaked as the currency devaluation effects are expected to start fading. The last time annual inflation declined was in December 2022. On a year-on-year basis, the headline inflation rate was 9.32 percentage points higher compared to the rate recorded in July 2023, which is 24.08%. On a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate in July 2024 was 2.28%, which was 0.03% lower than the rate recorded in June 2024. According to the report, the food inflation rate in July 2024 was 39.53% on a year-on-year basis, 12.55 percentage points higher compared to the rate recorded in July 2023. Now getting into our next story, people in Botswana have reacted with outrage on social media after the government asked citizens to donate money to reward the country's historic gold medal-winning Olympic team. The fund would be a way for citizens to honor the athletes by contributing rewards to our champions, said the government in a statement. Letsile Tebogo brought glory to Botswana after he became the first African athlete to win the men's 200-meter at the Olympics, bringing home the country's first ever gold medal. But the government's request for donations has halted celebrations for some who question why their taxes aren't being used to reward the Olympians. Despite the objection to the fund, there have been some voices of support for the Olympic reward pot. One person enthusiastically suggested the fund be open for anyone across the continent to send money. That concludes our economic news. Let's take a look at our financial indicators before we return with the sports news with Ari Hohat.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's the Cincinnati Open that continues. Most of the top players in the world playing in that tournament, and it's a good lead up to the US Open that will start in a few weeks' time. On the men's side of the draw, it's 16th seed Sebastian Corda. He's out of the tournament. He lost to Pablo Busta. He's from Spain. The score there was 7-5 and 7-6. Also, Alexei Pobrigan, he won the previous tournament, the Canadian Open, but he lost now in the second round against Gilles Monfils, and he is from France. The score there was 7-5 and 6-3. On the women's side of the draw, it is Iga Swiatek, the number 1 seed. She came over a tough first round game, and she beat Veronika Gauchari. She's from France, and she beat her by 6-love, 6-7, and then 6-2 to advance to the next round. And also experienced Karolina Wozniacki. She beat Alina Kalinina, and that was in 6-2 and 6-4, also to advance to the second round. On to cycling news. It is Tour de France for women, the Tour de France Femme, that is taking place at the moment. Stage 4 is done, and it was won by the Dutch cyclist Puk Pieterse, and she won with a close finish. It was a photo finish to Demi Vollering. Demi Vollering, she's still the leader of the Tour. She's the yellow jersey holder. She's 22 seconds ahead of the self-same Puk Pieterse. The stage 5 will be over 152 kilometers. On to golf news. It is women's golf. It is related to the Solheim Cup. It's a team competition between Europe and America, and it's been announced that the Solheim Cup in 2028 will again be in America, and that will be at the well-known Valhalla Golf Club. It is a biannual tournament every 2 years, and the 2024 tournament will be in September from the 13th to the 15th. That will be in America as well, in Virginia, and then 2 years later in 2026 the tournament will be hosted in Kromfort. That will be in the Netherlands. On to soccer news. It is the English Premier League that will start this coming weekend. And transfer news again, it is Brighton that signed the highly rated German 21-year-old midfielder. His name is Brian Gruda, and he will play for Brighton in the English Premier League. He used to play for Mainz, and he joined Brighton now for a sum of $26 million. Also, Liverpool, they have a player that is going away. It's a 19-year-old midfielder, Bobby Clark, and he will join Red Bull Salzburg. That is a deal for him, $12 million. That will be the price tag for him. And it is also Liverpool that start their campaign over the weekend. They have a away game to Ipswich. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
If you're just joining Africa Good Morning, worry not. Here are the highlights. Algeria facing water stress, introducing innovative solutions for a sustainable future. Malawi and Mozambique strengthen ties, sign crucial MoUs on trade and energy. Nigeria's inflation rate finally drops after over a year. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for joining Africa Good Morning all week. From me, Glenna Rashipura. Until next time.